I realize that for a lot of you watching the show this morning, it can be a pretty simple thing if you wake up and you've either got to make a doctor's appointment that's scheduled, or you're just not feeling very good and you want to get in with your primary care doctor. It's no big deal to pick up the phone, make that call, and your appointment is set. But for an awful lot of people, that access to health care that we talk about is not really always that simple. And this month we focus on minority health. This morning we're referencing as Black and Brown Health Awareness Month. So I'm very happy to have Ladarius Price, who is sitting next to me. Paulo Hudson is on the other side of our studio this morning, and together they are here representing the outreach that's done each and every day at CEMPA Community Care. So nice to see you.
Thank you.
We've kind of had a lovely conversation, I think, this morning already, Ladarius, because you and Paulo were kind enough to talk to me a little bit and break it down. When we hear this kind of generic phrase of wanting to raise awareness about the lack of access to health care, what that really means in the Black and Brown communities. What it really means is that y'all at CEMPA aren't taking anything for granted, and rather than trying to educate them and get people to go to the doctor, you're bringing it right into these communities. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely a game changer, and it's something that it's a staple in our foundation at CEMPA, that we remove a lot of the barriers that exist in Black and Brown communities. It's a reality for a lot of them. So at CEMPA, we've been very strategic at making sure that we come up, and I don't like to use the term programs because programs come in and they go away, but it's a lot of our makeup and who we are to really go into the community and not only provide health care, but provide excellent health care for people in our communities.
So Paulo, you were sharing just a few statistics, 'cause on the Latino side of things, you were sharing with me something simple like, is it 80% you said of Latinos 20 and over are pre-diabetic?
And don't know it. That's the thing, is when we're creating access or creating awareness, a lot of times we want our communities themselves to know what they're facing and ways that they can really take control of their health. And CEMPA has always had a mission to serve the underserved and vulnerable populations going back 35 years. To the 80s, what we were fighting at that time, similar to COVID, that was so unprecedented and uncertain, such as HIV back then. And so creating that awareness and creating programs or having educational resources that can take someone from not knowing their status of health to educating them to getting control of their health is what CEMPA is really here to do.
Well, and you know, for anybody, at least for me, repetition is the key to success. So by being able, Ladarius, to go into these communities, whether it is through, I don't know, all the different things that you do, if you're just passing out literature, if you're actually doing active programs with people, what are some of the things that you are doing and engaging?
So we do a number of things when we talk about like our CEMPA Neighborhood Workout Jam, where we go into different communities and we provide for free a workout with a DJ, a very active fitness instructor that makes exercising a lot of fun. And we also just on yesterday we did one, and we provided a healthy meal for them as well, so they can understand it's not just about exercising, but it's also about meal portion, it's also about eating the right thing, and ultimately doing education in those settings as well, where we educate them about different things that are going on with them, so they can take full ownership over their health.
Right. Do you ever have it where there are actual medical professionals going into these neighborhoods too?
Most definitely. We've gone out to churches and we've gone out into many of our communities with our mobile unit to provide just your basic screenings. And through that, once you find out what you may be dealing with, you're able to be linked into care. So it's not just about being screened, it's also taking the information that you get from your screenings and being linked into care so you can fully understand and address what's going on with you. So we want to shift to preventative care. Yeah.
Okay, so Paulo, on your side too, you were saying that there is a Spanish side of this, right? That there is, if you don't speak English, you can get your information in Spanish.
Absolutely. At CEMPA, inclusivity is at our core. we want to make sure that regardless of language, of origin, that you have access to the healthcare that you need. And so when you come to CEMPA, you're able to receive educational materials, keeping in mind that the Latino community has such a spectrum when it comes to language capabilities and health literacy and access points. So at CEMPA, we make sure that regardless of language or origin, you're able to talk to someone, you're able to read and write in your own language.
And I only have about a minute left, but I guess that the totality of this then becomes that for all healthcare providers in the viewing area, this certainly benefits them, because the healthier our community can be, the better their profession can be, right?
Most definitely. And I mean, ultimately, going to what you just said, it's not about CEMPA, it's not about this organization, that it's about us coming together. It's about collaboration over competition. We are doing this for the greater good of our community, and when we put them at the forefront and we say that our community, the health of our community is our priority, then you remove all of those silos and you come together in unison to make sure we have a healthier Chattanooga.
Well, I learned something because I've been talking to y'all for a long time, different members on the board there at CEMPA, and I did not know that you had this outreach. So kudos to you. I think that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you both so very much. If you want to get in touch with them at CEMPA, the website is CEMPA.org. The phone number is 265-2273. So if you're a church and you would like to maybe have them come to you and do some of these programs, if you are a teacher and you can think of a group of people that might benefit from this and you too didn't realize the outreach, they would love to hear from you. Thank you.